For relationship talk this week, I'm going to address something that it could really be a real talk video as well. I mean, it's the way that I tend to do my real talk videos. But I think this kind of fits with relationship talk as well because, I mean, you saw the topic. You know what the topic is about nice guys and, that whole concept of nice guys finishing last. First of all, let's be real because I'm all about realness on my channel. That's why I do real talk videos. So let's be real first of all. Nice guys finishing last, 9 times out of 10, yes they do. I mean, it's true when it comes to relationships. It's a fact. I don't care what anybody says and how much nonsense women talk about they want a nice, sweet guy. Let's just be real. It's not always that way. And of course, women don't outwardly say, I mean, well, some women do. Some women admit that they do want a bad boy, and that they want like a thug type of guy, whatever it may be, and I mean, even, let me use the clean version of it, a-holes. Like, I mean, that's basically what some women gravitate towards. It's just real. Let's be real about that. So yeah, I think nice guys do tend to finish last, and that's why even guys, like, this is how twisted the world is. Even guys that are abusive, they're like never lonely. Like nice guys will be lonely, quicker than a guy that is abusive will be. And that is because women, I think women are so emotional that they really want emotion out of men. Even if it's negative emotion, that makes them feel like, okay, the guy cares. There's some sort of emotion there. But with nice guys, I think some women just aren't comfortable. They get bored, and the things are just moving too smoothly for them because I think they take, okay, when a guy's kind of laid back and chill, I think they take that as indifference. So they really want strong emotion out of a guy. Like I said, even if it is negative, and then. Sometimes when a guy shows strong emotion in a positive way, it might be like buying her flowers and, buying her expensive things, this and that. A woman can kind of get bored with that too because, again, I'm being real here because I see it happen. Women do think that drama has to be part of a relationship. Now, I'm not saying all women. Remember, I do talk in generalizations some on my channel. But let's just be real, though. Like, there are definitely women that feel like if there's no drama, then something's not right. They get uneasy. I think some women are more comfortable when the boat is actually a little rocky, so to speak. So yeah, nice guys just don't really bring women that drama that they crave, and nice guys sometimes can be viewed as indifferent, like they don't care. So it is really tough to be a nice guy, and a lot of times, I think a nice guy, once he finally settles with a woman that actually appreciates him, that's a big thing too. Once he finds a woman that appreciates him, more than likely, that's a woman that's, either she's a lot more sensible than some people can be, and I know this sounds rough, but I'm being real here, or is that she's been through some things and she's just sick of the nonsense. She's been through the drama to the point where she just doesn't want that anymore. So yeah, and I do think it is a twisted way of thinking that. When people feel like, and men, some men can be guilty of this too, but it's such a twisted way of thinking to think that there has to be drama in a relationship. It really doesn't have to be. You don't have to create drama. You don't have to feel like if we're not arguing, we're not passionate then. And some people have that, and some people even say that that excites them, that they do like when there's like an argument, and they even like to be intimate after an argument and this and that. That whole thing to me is just so stupid. Like, it shouldn't require that drama for you to get excitement out of your relationship. That's ridiculous to me. But let me pull the focus back here though to nice guys and some of the issues that nice guys deal with. And I know because I am a nice guy, but I've learned over time also to you have to learn some things over time. So I do want to speak here directly to the fellas, so hopefully there will be some guys that check this video out, and hopefully if you are a nice guy, maybe this will help you some. So first of all, being nice is understandable, but nobody respects a yes man. That's something you have to be careful about, and women definitely don't respect that. Like, nobody wants somebody who says yes all the time, even if they know that they disagree. It's annoying. It gets annoying very fast, and You have some people that, yeah, they may want their way, and of course there are some women that really want their way every time. But I tell you this, if a guy says yes all the time, they're not going to respect him. They will get tired of him. You get a lot more respect when you put your foot down, when you know that you disagree with something, and you stand up for yourself and you speak for yourself. And you don't have to be rude about it, but you do need to be real about the way that you feel, because your feelings matter too. It's not, a relationship is never about one person's feelings. And there will be some people that try to make it that way, and that's called being selfish. A little word called selfish. Okay, that when somebody makes it all about their feelings, that's ridiculous. So, nice guys, when you're dealing with women, you got to be real. You got to know when to put your foot down. And if a woman can't handle you putting your foot down, then oh well, move on. Plenty of women out there, move on. If she can't handle that, just move on. That's something else that I think nice guys got to get through their head, and it's something I've had to learn over time is I don't have to put up with it. I mean, I've said this before on my channel. The numbers aren't in women's favor anyway. I'm just being real there. And a lot of guys need to wake up to that. The numbers are not in women's favor. So if you're stressing yourself out over and over for one particular woman and she just will not get right, she won't. And what I mean by get right is just be reasonable. If she cannot be reasonable with you and find ways for you two to be happy together, move on. Like, why even stress over it? There's plenty more women out there. There is no woman that's the only one for you. That whole idea of soulmates, I'm sorry, I don't like it. It's just to be real, it's crap. The idea of soulmates is complete crap to me. I'm sorry. And that whole idea really messes people up in the head sometimes, because that's why you have some people that when a relationship falls apart, they are just like, they fall apart. It's because they feel like, oh, this was my one and only. No. Now, first of all, if you're a person of faith, and let me go and be real about this. If you are a person of faith and you think that God put only one person on the whole entire earth for you, that's a ridiculous concept. Because if that relationship falls apart, then what exactly are you saying about God? Do you think God is that cruel that he put one person on this earth, and this one person can't get right and get along with you so that you two can be happy together? That makes no sense at all. Are you really a person of faith to even think that way? So that idea of soulmates, it's a beautiful idea to an extent, but it's a pretty nonsense concept on the other hand, though. So yeah, nice guys especially, get that idea out of your head. There are plenty of fish in the sea, so be real about that. So like I was saying, yeah, you got to know when to put your foot down, especially if, and women, there's a classic thing that women do, and I think women do test men sometimes just to see if you actually have a spine. Are you somebody that can actually stand up for yourself? So, for example, like I said, it's just such a classic thing that women do. So, a woman might say, a guy asks a woman, where do you want to go eat? Like, if they're going out on a date, where do you want to go eat? And she's like, oh, I don't care. It really doesn't matter. It's up to you. And he's like, okay, boom, let's go to Olive Garden. Well, let me not use Olive Garden. Olive Garden, yeah, it's crap. So, think of another place, like Longhorn Steakhouse. That's the place I like, So, he says, let's go to Longhorn Steakhouse. And she's like, oh, I just had steak recently. I don't really feel like going there. Pump the brakes right there, fellas. Like, okay, if she left it up to you, then it's up to you. So, this is that point where man up, make sure your spine's in check, and say, and you need to let a woman know, if you leave it up to me, we're going where I say. And if you can't get on board with that, I'll drop you off at home. I'll go enjoy my steak. That's all there is to it. Like me, I don't put up with that nonsense anymore. Like, if you say it's up to me, then it is up to me. That's it. Because, like I said, sometimes I think that's women testing men, and then you have some women, they're just being aggravating. That's all there is to it. They're like intentionally being aggravating. So yeah, you don't have to put up with that. So and as a matter of fact, if you gotta drop her off and run by Taco Bell, hit a drive-through, go home, play PS4, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I said, nice guys, you gotta know when to stand up for yourself and speak your mind. Don't be a punk. That's really what it comes down to. No woman wants a punk. And a woman might accept a punk for a little while just because she's enjoying getting away, but it's not going to last long term. And she'll probably be cheating on him in a heartbeat, So, yeah, don't be a yes man. Speak your mind. That is so important. And you have some women, I think, that will test a man because, you know, we're advanced in a lot of ways, but then in a lot of ways we still have a lot of primal instincts within us. So I think a woman does want to feel like protected from a man. She may not really need you like as a protector, so to speak, but in a way she does though. She wants to know that you know, if something goes down, like she feels like, you know, you got her back, like you can look out for her. So that's another reason why she might struggle a little bit to accept a nice guy. She needs to see that you can handle yourself. And it's not always about handling yourself with your fists and showing out and this and that, but at least if somebody is disrespectful, you know how to handle the situation. You know how at least to deal with that situation in a way. It doesn't have to be a negative way, but you at least know how to deal with it, you know, and you show that you do have a spine. Once again, that's so important. So, yeah, nice guys, you know, like I said, I do still consider myself a nice guy, but at the same time, I'm nobody's pushover. I'm nobody's doormat. And, yeah, that's so important that you don't allow yourself to be that way. Because like I said, you know, a woman will get bored with you very quickly if that's the way that you are. So, you know, there's other things I want to say too about nice guys. One thing, and already I'd have to address this because I know that there may be some women watching this and maybe getting offended, and this might sound cold. I know this is going to sound cold, but if you're getting offended, I really don't care because everything that I'm saying, I've seen it again and again and again. I've seen women, and I know not all women are this way, but I've seen so many women that have caught guys cheating red-handed and still chose to deal with them anyway. I've seen so many women that have been in abusive relationships, or you know, maybe it may have just been like one incident where the guy put their hands on them and they chose to stay. You know, so yeah, I've just seen a lot of situations where it's like very negative things in the relationship, but the women will stick with that guy no matter what. And yet will give up on a nice guy in a heartbeat and tell him, oh, you know, you hear women that will kind of brush off a nice guy and be like, he's too nice. And the phrase too nice, I'll say this, it used to bother me, but I do get what women are saying by that. I think when they say too nice, that's their nice way of saying he's a pushover. You know, so yeah, if you're a nice guy and that bothers you to hear women say that you're too nice, that I think that's what they're really getting at, is that you're a pushover. And there's another word I could use there too. I'm not going to use it though. I'm trying to keep this, you know, PG at least on my channel. But yeah, like I said, I think that's what it is though. So yeah, women can make claims all day, but until I see an overall change with women, and I don't see so many women sticking with abusive guys, and so many women, you know, dealing with guys that obviously aren't about anything, because this is something else too. And I'm going to say, especially in the black community, I give so much props to black women because, and there's a statistic that a lot of people aren't aware of. When it comes to minority and gender, black women stand out as far as higher education is concerned. I saw a statistic that said, I think it was around over 60% of African American women actually seek out some form of higher education, something beyond high school. That is extremely impressive. So obviously, black women, you know, they're very intelligent. And I mean, really all women, you know, I give props to all women, of course, you know, very intelligent, but at the same time will play dumb when they want to. That's what bothers me. You know, so a woman claiming that she got played and she didn't realize that a guy was no good, I just don't buy it. If a guy comes up to you in a parking lot, 100% confidence, not shy, not stumbling over his words, anything at all like that, you know, just as smooth as can be, he hollers at you, his game is on point, and you're going to tell me that you don't realize that this is a guy that might be sleeping around and this and that? Like, come on, if he can holler at you like that, it's because he has so much practice, you know. So yeah, when women say they didn't realize that a guy was a player, I'm just like, get out of here. Like, come on. It's just so obvious. So I don't like when women play dumb like that. I think it's called, you know, convenient stupidity, basically. You know, it's yeah, just conveniently being ignorant. And that's all it is, so they can make it their excuse to be with this guy. So some guy that barely got out of high school, doesn't have a good job if he has a job at all. All he wants to do is smoke weed and drink and hang out with his boys and play video games and this and that, and you let this guy run you. I mean, that's a choice. It's not like you got played. That is absolutely a choice. That's the type of guy that you're choosing to be with. And I know for nice guys, seeing that going on is very frustrating because I'm going to say this too about nice guys. You don't have to completely compromise who you are. You don't have to try to be the bad boy if that's not within you. What I'm really trying to get across to you is that just be a man, at least. Speak your mind, stand up for yourself. Don't be a pushover. Don't think that you have to be a pushover or a yes man to get a woman. Because, like I said, if she's not going to respect you, it's not going to last. So just be a man. You don't have to try to be like a thug type or any of that, So, yeah, you can be true to who you are and, still be a nice guy, but at the same time, be real with a woman. That's what's important. And, yeah, I could say so much more about this. And, I may come back to this topic again. And I know I've been kind of all over the place. May have been, a little offensive to some people, but like I said, everything that I say is based off of what I'm seeing, because I've just seen so many situations. It's baffling the number of situations that I've seen in which women stick with guys that are just do them all sorts of wrong, but apparently that's what they like. So it is what it is. That's why I've said before that it's tough for me to be that shoulder to cry on for some women when it's like, why are you complaining when you choose to stay with a certain type of guy? That's choice. That's all about choice. It's tough for me to buy that a guy is doing you wrong when you're choosing to be with him. Okay, so whether it be abuse, that could be verbal abuse as well, not just physical, but it might be verbal abuse. It might be neglect, just like not giving you the attention that you need, not trying to take you out, not showing you off. Like, a guy should be proud of his woman. You got some guys that make no effort to do that. People don't even know. It's kind of bad to me when people don't even realize that you're supposed to be in a relationship, but people don't even know that. And I'm not saying that you have to flaunt it. You don't have to always have pictures of yourselves together on social media and this and that or whatever. But if even your closest friends don't realize you're in a relationship, that's kind of crazy to me. So, because I think I truly believe that a man should be proud of his woman. He should be proud to be with her, and yeah, that's just my personal view on it. Maybe I'm kind of old school in that way, but that's the way that I think on it, So, yeah, the things that some women accept though is just it's all about choice. I can't say that enough. So that's why I might sound kind of cold, but it's just because I'm not going to buy into the nonsense. I'm not going to be, and I do like to let my closest friends vent when they need to. But at the same time, if somebody's saying the same thing to me again and again and again, he never takes me out, and then he never takes me out, and I'm hearing it again, he never takes me out, I'm just going to eventually say, then why are you with him? If it's bothering you so much, nothing is changing, he's not making any effort to change to make you happy, then why are you with him? And if she says, but I love him, why do you love him if he doesn't even try to make you happy? That's not love. So it's choice that you want to be in a dramatic situation, and I just can't show much sympathy for that. I understand giving things time to see if they will change. That does make sense to me. I'm not completely dismissing that. Let me be fair. I'm not completely dismissing that. But you got to have a breaking point. There has to be some sort of breaking point if it really bothers you, because if you decide to stay and you never have a breaking point, then you really have no right to complain, in my opinion. So I know I kind of jumped topics there, but at the same time, I want nice guys to hear all of this and just know that, if you're really struggling to find a good relationship, it's not completely on your shoulders. I mean, of course, like I said, you do need to be real and stand up for yourself and everything. But part of the reason that you're struggling is because of the way that some women think. So it's not completely on you. And, you know, I'm saying some women because I'm not saying all women. You know, I speak in generalizations, and I give a lot of props to, you know, I've seen some women that found a nice guy, really appreciated him to death, and that's always beautiful to see. You know, when they appreciate a guy that does bring them flowers, and, you know, like randomly will bring them flowers, and, you know, just, you know, give them their props for things that they're doing in their life. Like, oh, you know, look at my woman, you know, she's working on her masters, and, you know, things like that. That's beautiful. You know, there are some you know, guys that they really appreciate, you know, what's going on with their woman. You got some women that really appreciate what's going on with their man, and they really are two nice people together. Is beautiful, and I wish it was more common. I really do wish it was more common, but you know, there's just some attitudes that need to change overall when it comes to relationships. So, nice guys, I salute you. I got your back, you know. But yeah, man up. That's all I can say for you. Be real, you know. Be real about what you want and what you need, because your feelings do matter too. They really do. So yeah, that's enough of me going on and on for now. As always, you know, drop your comments. I'm thinking there might be some interesting comments on this video, but you know, I look forward to responding back to anybody that decides to comment. Yeah, and you all take care. Till next time.